Just a quick video here on some of these Harbor Freight tools that I own. I just wanted to go over some of these tools and probably why it's not a good idea to buy Harbor Freight, or better known as Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh line of tools, which that's what they sell at Harbor Freight. I'm particularly a Craftsman and Gear Wrench guy. That's usually what I buy, and they've done well for me. I bought some Harbor Freight tools mainly because if ever I'm at a junkyard, or if I have to go to someone else's home and you're afraid you might lose some sockets or you might lose a tool, then you get something cheap that you can afford to lose. But when I first started doing this, a friend of mine told me don't ever cheap out on hand tools, and he's a big Snap-on guy, and I can see why he said don't ever cheap out on your hand tools. This particular ratchet here, I thought would be a cool idea to own. A little kind of one size for everything. When you're at the junkyard, you don't want to carry too many tools around. But this actually just slips on me. When you're turning it, or sometimes just doesn't want to turn. Probably the gear inside is broken, and didn't use this very much. In the junkyard, and well, now the thing, I got to take it back. Luckily, they do have a lifetime warranty, so I know it's replaceable. Secondly was this wrench, which was like, wow, this trying to loosen a really tight nut, and you go this way, that way, and the thing just broke, surprisingly. And inside of here, under all the what looks like metal, just seems like sandy, kind of a plasticky, almost composite, but very cheaply made. And of course, when you're buying cheap tools, you expect things to go wrong, but this one seems a little extreme for a wrench. This pry bar really got me by surprise. Trying to put on an alternator, it really just snapped, and the same thing is inside of there feels really plasticky and kind of a sandy composite. So yeah, definitely will not trust Harbor Freight, especially with pry bars. Pry bars, you can hurt yourself because obviously you're prying something, you're applying a lot of pressure, a lot of force, and the last thing you want is for it to give out on you. And luckily, I didn't hurt myself or anything, but I mean, you can imagine. So went with something, bought me a professional line of pry bars. So definitely won't be using these again. Really try to avoid any Pittsburgh line of tools. And I mean, I'm sure people have had good experiences with Pittsburgh, but this is just my own personal experience with Pittsburgh tools. Let me know what you think, and let me know if anyone has had the same experiences that I have. And yeah, leave in the comments below just what you think.